Is Minecraft the perfect game? In light of the recent resurgence in popularity for Minecraft, I decided to give the game a good old whirl after a while. It had been quite some time since I played Minecraft. Last time I did, I shared a server with some buddies, but we kind of lost interest after a while. So I was looking forward to playing the game again. Some nice single player survival mode. My favorite way to play the game actually. I mostly prefer single player in pretty much every game I play. When I entered my new world, I saw a lot had changed. There were lots of new biomes, new items, a whole aquatic update with some kelp and stuff underwater, and a recently released village update as well, so I had a lot to look forward to. As I started building my treehouse on top of a big hill, got lost in the nether for a few hours and started mapping my immediate area, I started to wonder, is this the perfect game? Now obviously the short answer would be no. And the only reason I even felt that Minecraft would be a perfect game was because I didn't spot any immediate flaws, but the game has had more than 10 years to be polished to a shine, so that's not even that surprising I think. In general, no game is perfect, I don't think at least, and perfection itself is often defined as impossible. Perfection implies no flaws whatsoever, but it is in our nature, as well as the nature of the universe in general, to experience flaws. Even the existence of matter as a whole could very likely be the result of a flaw in the birth of our universe, but I digress. So why am I making this video? Because I think that even though Minecraft as it is isn't the perfect game, I do think it could very well be the framework for a perfect one. Just recently, it was revealed by Mojang/Microsoft that Minecraft officially surpassed Tetris as the best-selling video game of all time. This is a huge feat, and I'm sure all of the ancient gamers who have played Minecraft since it was in alpha felt at least some level of pride, even though a lot are still scarred by the great Microsoft acquisition of 2014. Tetris, the previous best-selling game, actually shares some similarities with Minecraft. They both have a blocky appearance, they both share a wide age range of their players, as well as the fact that gameplay is quite intuitive for both of them. Tetris is, of course, a puzzle game conceived in the 80s, where the goal is fairly simple. You just have to fill in lines with differently shaped pieces you're given to get the highest score possible. This as well actually shares some similarities with Minecraft, seeing as both games are basically endless until it's game over by letting the screen fill up in Tetris or by dying in Minecraft. At the end of both of these game over states you get a score, though the focus on score isn't nearly as high in Minecraft as it is in Tetris. In Minecraft you don't lose any progress on death either, aside from your current inventory being dropped and losing part of your experience points, unless you're playing hardcore, of course. Tetris itself is as close as you can get to a perfect game. The reason for this is very simple, and that is that the game itself is very simple. There's not a lot of controls. The game is simple, the goal is clear. But in that sense, a game where the only goal is to press one button and then you win is also a perfect game. And by extension, a movie consisting of 2 hours of watching paint dry is also perfect. Only because there is no effort to improve or take risks on what is the most basic form of what could be called perfection. Minecraft is a lot more complex than Tetris, which leaves a lot more space in both the code of the game itself as well as in the game world for errors. This, of course, is a basic fact of life. The more complex something gets, the more things you must keep in mind and keep track of. So, in that sense, people would rather play a more fun game that's more complex rather than a boring, simple game with no flaws whatsoever. That way, entertainment value is, of course, the main goal of a game. Minecraft being a game that, in my mind at least, gets close to perfection. It succeeds as a game in both entertainment value as well as in the aspects that make it a game. Gameplay is simple, the game world is simple, it looks simple. Now, simplicity isn't a bad thing, of course. The simplicity of Minecraft's graphics makes it a lot easier to simulate the near infinite worlds you play in, and gives the game a quite welcoming aesthetic in a way. Minecraft also evolved quite a lot over time, and its final form hasn't graced us quite yet, I think. When I started playing the game, the world was quite barren. There were no villages, were no jungle temples, no desert temples, no ocean monuments. Nowadays, the game world feels very much more alive, which I both like and dislike a bit. The feeling of being the sole observer in an infinite empty world really spoke to me on some level. Minecraft has become a lot more complex as well. Players have built literal computers using redstone mechanics, and it has even come to the point where an in-game recipe book was added, so you didn't have to alt-tab all the time to check the wiki for the hundreds of recipes available to you. This all being said, I don't think Minecraft is a perfect game. Maybe it'll become dangerously close to perfection in its final updates, but one thing I do believe is that Minecraft sets the stage and provides the framework for a perfect game in the future. The enormous success of Minecraft was a blessing for many. It really cracked open the indie game scene by showing that some random dudes with the great idea and the skills to program it into reality can become self-made billionaires. Marcus Persson, aka Notch, the creator of Minecraft, didn't do everything by himself, of course. But Minecraft has done a lot better than so many games before it who had much more manpower and budget behind it. Minecraft arguably even bore its own genre into the world, the open world survival game, or it at least revolutionized it. The Battle Royale genre was also very popular in Minecraft in the form of Minecraft Hunger Games, which definitely led to Battle Royale dominating the market today. The concept of creating a world to let the player go wild, being able to do anything and change everything, isn't necessarily a new one, but I do feel Minecraft is the best incarnation of it. And it is precisely this that for me shows at least a glimmer of unparalleled greatness. Pure sandbox simulation. In Minecraft, every block is both generated and can be destroyed, created, picked up, moved, etc. according to the game's rules and programming, of course. It is this freedom, this total control over the game world that speaks so much to me personally. The perfect game, a virtual world where everything is generated from scratch and everything being able to be manipulated. A virtual reality, if you will. To me, that would be the perfect game. A virtual reality where basically every atom could be shaped to the will of the creator, the algorithm, and/or the player. Now, if you hear this, every atom could be shaped, procedurally generated universe, you're probably thinking of No Man's Sky, or maybe even Spore. While these games certainly had their fair share of flaws, the titanic heights those games tried to reach are, to me, the pinnacle of what games could be. Of course, such a world would have no story of its own, unless that too would be generated, but for a coherent, interesting story to be generated for every single world, while keeping it different enough from others to not become repetitive, would be a work of truly titanic proportions. I do think that both the birth of and the subsequent success of Minecraft heralded in the possibility for a perfect game to emerge in a few years or a few decades time, but just like we look back at Doom as the progenitor of first-person shooter games and Half-Life as one of the progenitors of actually decent storytelling in games, Minecraft would be one of those games, a titan upon whose shoulders the games of the coming eras would stand. Well, those are my thoughts at least, but I am quite the optimist when it comes to basically everything futuristic, so my apologies if I sound a bit wild on those topics. So those were my thoughts on Minecraft and what's going on with it these days, and I do hope the game keeps on improving with each new major update, so that it may push us to ever greater heights, or something grand like that at least. Thanks for watching, let me know what you think in the comments or on my Twitter, and I'll hope to see you in the next video.